Well, it is 7:30 in the morning. I just got out of bed, and it is a glorious day, Friday the 13th. And while I'm a horror fan and I usually celebrate it watching a whole bunch of Jason movies, we have something else to celebrate today, and that is the American launch of the new Nintendo 3DS. Now, I actually have the Japanese one here, although I've had some time with it, but we're not getting this one here. All we're getting is the XL, which is kind of a bummer, you know, especially since we didn't get the metallic blue over here. But nonetheless, we're finally getting it over here. Today's the day. We're actually getting, you know, technically a simultaneous launch with Europe, but they got it because of the time difference ahead of us, but the date is the same. I want to give a little introduction, if I may. Now I'm going to do my usual unboxing, my usual overview of the unit. Also more as a message to Nintendo. I tried to get a review unit in for you guys, especially since I saw that people were only like maybe 30 subscribers or whatever the hell, or comedians or whatever you got it, and all they did was unbox it or make fun of it, and somehow that counts as a review. No. I'm going to show them what a review is. I'm going to show them exactly how you're supposed to conduct a review, especially if you're going to get a unit ahead of time. So, you know, I was going to buy one anyway with Majora's Mask, which I did. I'm going to pick up the black one today. And you're going to come along for the trip, which actually makes for a more interesting video, especially since we're going to Broad Street and Elizabeth. I talk about Elizabeth all the time, but you'll finally get to see it. And as soon as I get the unit here, you know, I'll unbox it, go over it. Because it's kind of a hard purchase for a lot of people. I like it because it's got the super stable 3D. I've had some hands-on time with the smaller one. You know, it's got the C-Stick, which takes some time getting used to. But still, to a lot of people, it's a regular 3DS. So they're not going to be a little more enticed to pick another one up. But they'll until they want to see the new features in action, especially since it doesn't come with an AC adapter. So I'm going to take you on the trip to Elizabeth in just a little bit, but first I gotta get showered, I gotta get dressed. I'll see you guys later. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, Broad Street. Can you believe once upon a time this used to be a mecca? We used to be as big as Newark or even New York City. Now we are not. Now it's basically the shopping center of the ghetto. As you see here, we're in front of GameStop. We are anxiously awaiting inside the store there. They have a 10 o'clock opening. I'm surprised though that no one's here yet. I guess it's because it's, you know, 18 degrees outside and nobody wants to wait out here. But I expected the actual people around here, and looks like I'm going to be the first. Looks like I'll be really in and out after all. So maybe I can try to talk to them and see if they can let me shoot inside. A lot of things we actually have on here, because a lot of people have asked me about it. We just got a 7-Eleven over here. Now this place, usually Broad Street, you know, they change their stores like some people change their socks. Because it's like, as soon as a building opens, a building closes. You know, we got the police presence down there, which is nothing new. That's nothing new over here. But there's the Radio Shack. And it looks like, yes, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, they're going out of business. I thought they were going to be in the third wave. I didn't think we'd see signs on there that they're store closing already. Because there's no need for them to be there, because there's a Sprint store already down there. There's the competitor GameStop, by the way, over there, which is Toy and Game Land. Little tip, you know, because their store kind of sucks. But you can get stuff that you can't find in here, you know, a lot of times. So, for example, I just got Ocarina of Time 3D, brand new for $40, which a lot of idiots are selling for $100-something on eBay, sealed, brand new. But you know, the owner doesn't really want to change with the times, so everything that's basically there sits there. What else is there to say about Broad? There's the Elizabeth Arch, the train station. There used to be a road there that used to actually travel on, but that's the main hub to get to the city if you go by train. If you go to the Garden, you could just take the train up there. Other than that, there's not much to say. You know, back in the day there would have been, but now Broad Street's basically just a shell of its former self. And there's a thrift store down there that they charge astronomical prices. First of all, being in a ghetto, and second of all, for stuff that shouldn't be. I mean, they'll charge $80 for an Xbox One, and I'm not talking about the new system. I mean an original Xbox that you can basically find for $30. These people really don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And they're down there at the Staple Building's a church. There's a lot of good in Elizabeth as far as historical, because it's one of the first towns in Jersey, and there's a lot of bad as well. Obviously, as you can see, dilapidated, you know, ghetto of a town. That, believe me, I've lived here for years. It used to be much more than this, but Paul Witch decided to take it down a little hill. So I'm gonna wait in line for a little while, and we're going to catch up with you later. Well, we are here at GameStop, and of course you see the new Nintendo 3DS display unit, which is beautiful, gorgeous, I love it. But here's the main prize. The new Nintendo 3DS XL with Majora's Mask. And now we're going to take this home, we're going to unbox it, we're going to review it, and we're going to take a little walk on board. Well, we got the new 3DS in hand, paper. Now, I had to do it quick in GameStop because she said just make it quick and just make it on the counter with my stuff and the display. But at least it was pretty nice, you know, not a lot of people would let you even film in the store. So she went above and beyond. That was pretty cool of her. I like that. But then again, it was just me and this other girl in the store. So, as you can see, a view of Broad Street. Yeah, Radio Shack's closing. I thought it would just be the third wave, but apparently they are. The loveliness that is Broad Street. I'm being sarcastic.
I'm waiting for the 58 now.
Of course, there's Toy and Game Land over there.
West Grand and Broad Street.
Here's where I got my phone at. Cricket. Pizza Go-Go's been here as long as I can remember. Of course, we're going up under the arch. Oh, they must open up another store there. Someone else must have bought it out. Perfect example. Stores don't last on Broad more than 3-4 months, if that. Don't forget your fried chicken checks. Naturally. Fried chicken shack next to a liquor store. Nothing wrong about that. There's, oh yeah, there's another thing. That's the famous pee elevator. Not just because it smells like piss, but that's because usually everybody uses the bathroom. For some fucking reason, I don't know. You can see the cobblestone, which is left over from the olden days. Because it's all cobblestone here, because this actually used to be an actual road used to be able to drive on. Haven't been able to do that in years. It's been closed off as long as I can remember. Well, that was Broad. This is the arch bridge. You can see the tin and the wood underneath. Tells it's very old. Alright, we're about to go home, unbox this shit, and we'll see you later. And here we are, the new Nintendo 3DS XL North American version. I got on paper towels this way. And keep this nice and neat because this is a kitchen table. As you can see here, the front of the box, touting the features. You got the Super Stable 3D, built-in Amiibo and NFC support, which you will need a system update for. I will tell you that much. You need at least 9.3 system firmware. C-Stick, which is your nub, and faster processing. I'm surprised the macro mode's actually cooperating with me today. And of course the big one, AC adapter, is not included. So you will need either a DSi, DSi XL, 3DS, 3DS XL, or 2DS adapter, which is easy enough to come by. GameStop doesn't sell it, I don't think. I don't think anybody sells it really much except for Nintendo on their online site, and it's for $10. But if you have a 3DS XL and you want to trade in, you know, they're accepting the trade-ins. You'll just have to take the $10 hit to keep the adapter, which I recommend. You know, better to spend $10, keep your adapter that you know works for this unit, than be sorry later on. And as you can see, the warnings, I'll cover up my cereal so you don't see it, but here's the new 3DS. On the back, much like the original 3DS, except it says the next dimension in entertainment, so it's the same thing. Okay, now we're going to open the box. Now mind you, this isn't sealed. There's no actual tab on there this time. No thing you have to use the knife for. Holy shit, this is a pain in the ass. Hold on a second, there we go. Got in a lot quicker time than a lot more people would have. Now we're gonna just open this tray here. Shouldn't be anything much. That's another reason why the paper towel out, so I can do this. Have it not be dirty. There's nothing else in the box other than this. So we have the infamous AR cards, which, to be honest with you, who the hell uses them? We got the new Nintendo 3DS Quick Start Guide and Operations Manual. And in the first, they actually merged the Quick Start Guide, it seems, with the actual manual, which is a plus. You can tell Nintendo of America was definitely trying to cut costs, because in other markets this is two separate things like it always is. But I don't, okay, I see a Spanish, French, and English in here. And in reality, the manual is only about, as you can see, this is the French one. The manual is only about this thick, because they figure everybody already knows. Nintendo America is treating this more like an upgrade from a previous 3DS XL. And here is the main event, and of course there's nothing in here either. We're gonna take it out of its protective condom, as I'd like to say. Oh, that is beautiful. Oh man, I hate to be like, you know, regular YouTuber. This looks really nice. At first it appears to be dented, but it is not. That is just the way it is because of the metallic finish. And as you can see, there's sort of a pattern on here. That's just the screen door closing, don't mind that. I mean, you can more see it with the naked eye, but you can't really make it on the camera. But there's like wavy lines going like this, so it's pretty cool design. It looks much more sleek than the old XL that I traded in. And of course, it's metallic all around, which makes it a fingerprint magnet, but I really don't give a damn. You have your card slot here. Surprisingly, it's responsive as hell. I really haven't pulled out any cards on the Japanese one, so we'll see about the American one. Your headphone jack, your stylus, which takes some time getting used to. Your power, and your indicator lights are right here. I'll show them in a minute. And of course, you have the back, a nice finish there. You know, if you turn this way, you can't really see it, but if you turn this way, you can see. It's more like an engraving, which is pretty cool. Up top here, you have your standard R and L buttons, as well as the ZL and ZR. Now, this is compatible with CirclePad Pro games. It will detect it as a CirclePad Pro, even for new 3DS games that take advantage, well, I should say games that take advantage of it. Like this will pop up as a CirclePad Pro game. These are the screws you'll need to remove to get to the SD card. And I'll show you that later on, because I plan on upgrading that. And the inside, to me, it's more of a grayish color. in the light, which is pretty cool. You have your slider pad, you have your cross pad. It feels more responsive this time around. Your home button, your start and select. Is that right? Got a fingerprint on the damn screen. Start and select and moved over here. You have your colored buttons. On the red one looks like crap, so I don't recommend getting the red one. I recommend getting this one. Sucks that they couldn't bring over the fully colored buttons, but what can you do? We're lucky to get it in the first place. You have your C-stick, which is more of a little nub. If you really can feel a little bit of movement, not too much. That's the oven. There's your 3D slider, and your volume control has been moved to over here. I'm gonna blast that fucker all the way up. And we're gonna start. I might have to go off camera for a second to do the stable 3D, but it is getting juice, and we see it pop up. New Nintendo 3DS. Alright, we're gonna choose. Oh, I need the stylus for this one. Hold on a second. Ah! I'm doing it in real time, so. Let's see. English. Dude, that slider. I'm gonna go to next. Next. Hold on a second, so I'm gonna have to activate the Super Steady 3D. Activate 3D. So I can find my face. That is nice. It actually can. And it's actually detecting me. Oh, now that the fucking camera's in the way. There we go. It's giving me problems because I got the camera lens on it. But I can. It's finding me pretty well. I'm moving it to the left. Move to the right. I can see it. Move to the left. I can see it. Now you can't go extreme on this too much. You can't really do that. Hold on. You can't really go extreme directions. Okay, now we're going to go to the initial setup. Gorilla style, I know. I'm going to set up the date and profile. Of course, today is the Friday the 13th. Jason Day. Enter the current time. Son of a bitch. Hold on a second. I gotta get my cell phone for this one. It is 11:03. Bad. Of course, this is military time. I'm running low on camera here, so I gotta see if I can go like this. I'm sorry for the Gorilla Style Photography. Enter a nickname. The running joke. Don't, knock it. I'm in the United States. And unfortunately, I'm in New Jersey, so we're going to put that there. Configure internet settings. Blah, 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 blah. I accept. Yes, yes. Alright, we're going to set up. Because I have a Wi-Fi. Yes, yes, I know. Shut up. That thing always pisses me off. That thing is just as annoying as that little clip that used to be in Microsoft Office. I know how to use it, thank you very much. Search for an access point. Hopefully it finds my Wi-Fi. And it has. 1 second. Can't see this. This is my... Not like any of you motherfuckers are going to see me in my house, but... It's testing the connection. It's probably going to tell me there's a system update. Because apparently the unit is at 9.0. It's been confirmed already. Finish. Exit. I don't do parental control, so I'm an adult, damn it. Blah, blah, blah. and actually gives you the option right off the bat to transfer stuff to your new 3DS, which sort of be a pain in the ass. I'm basically going to transfer it from my old unit that got broken, that didn't work. So I'm going to call Nintendo and have them transfer it manually, so I'll have to re-download everything. But I'll show you that, because I have the Ambassador games and everything. So I got to call them about that, so unfortunately I won't be able to show you that. Because my system was acting up and it was way past warranty, so I literally just traded in the GameStop to get the credit for this. Theme shop. And now the piece de resistance that some of you viewers might want to know. And I'll have it on camera to prove it. It is 9.020. So that's the system firmware that comes with it. Now, from my Japanese one, we should be able to use the C-stick on the menu too, so this way you can actually test it out. Not so sure about the ZR and LR button, the ZL and ZR buttons, excuse me, but we should be able to use the C-stick. And we are. So you can't touch it, but you can't touch it like this, like rub it like you used to, but just nudge it. It's surprisingly responsive. It doesn't feel like it is, but if you want to test the C-stick, it absolutely is responsive. As you can see, I'm doing that. So C-stick is actually responding very, very well. Now, I'm going to take some hands-on time with this system, and I'm going to let you know my findings, show you a few things along the way. I'm going to update this thing, get the Amiibo update for Smash. I'm going to show that over the next few days. I'm going to take my time with this one because I want you to see everything for those people that are on the fence. Because those who really want it on the first day, like me, we picked it up already. So I'm going to go off the camera in a second. But first, we got to unbox this real quick. Using my stylus to open it up, which I technically shouldn't, but who gives a shit? Okay, now we got Zelda Majora's Mask 3D. I didn't get the limited edition because by the time I put in for this, the limited edition was already gone. Those damn things went quick. So I literally put it for reserve the day that I got this. Now, of course, the card is just regular standard black. And one thing I wanted to show you, you figure, well, why the hell are you doing an unboxing of a 3DS game? Well, one big thing to note looking through here, no more Club Nintendo codes. That's right, they are no longer here. As you're aware, Club Nintendo canceling the service as of January. So anything released after January 20th will not be able to be registered. That includes this system because, as you can see, there was no Club Nintendo code in the box and no Club Nintendo code in here. So now, if you excuse me, I'm going to go play some games that use this system, with Majora's Mask obviously, but I'm also going to show you Smash Brothers, which uses the Amiibos. I'm also going to show you, I can't really show you New Super Mario 3D Land because there's no way to accurately show the 3D on the system yet. That's something you have to actually see for yourself. But I'm also going to play a little Resident Evil Revelations and Metal Gear to show you the Circle Pad Pro games compatible with this thing. And as well as show you Pokemon Alpha, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire because the slowdown is completely gone. So I'm going to show you those. So here we go on this voyage of the... One thing I want to show you guys real quick that I completely forgot, and don't mind me, is the card slot. As you can see here, it's actually bent in a little bit. So this way it's not completely out. Now if you obviously press on it, it's going to come out. But as you can see here, this is how I usually hold it with the little, trepid, with a little modification. Because I have my fingers back here. But as you can see, with just the regular gameplay, that's not coming out. I will not be able to press that out. I'm more pressing the shoulder button than I am pressing the card slot. The only way to get the card out is to do it like that. But this thing is nice and tight. It's not good. It's not going anywhere because I'm more pressing the top. That's how I mostly hold it. So this is a pretty good job they did on the card slot. I know that's going to be one of people's many concerns. So now it's time to start up Majora's Mask and delve into the world of the new 3DS. Now I'm going to show you another thing of the 3DS. It's later on. I've had some time with it. Majora's Mask. The 3D is stable, more or less, but there's still some issue. Can't fix everything. I noticed in like a darker environment, it takes a little while to get used to. But I'm going to show you right now another caveat of the 3DS, and that's the faster load times, because this is the biggest title everyone uses for, or is going to use for the demonstration of the unit. I'm going to turn the 3D off for this one since I'm on camera. Now I have Smash. I had never used it yet, this copy anyway. And I have a Mario amiibo, my only amiibo, because I only buy the ones I would actually use, and everybody wants a fuckload of money for the other ones, because they're idiots. They rather scalp people and prevent other people from buying something. So we're going to start it up. But like I said, you'll see how much faster this goes. Because you usually have to wait about a minute for the 3DS version initially. And it starts right up. Obviously it's first time initialization. Of course this game requires 2 GB, I think it's 4 GB card or more, which shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, what the hell. So you see how quickly this started up as compared to everything else. Now let me explain something. The Super Stable 3D actually does work, but when it's a little darker, it takes a little more time getting used to your face, or if you're diagonal like I do, like laying on a couch or something, playing it, you know, watching Sopranos over there. But you know, it takes some time getting used to, just like the original 3DS, but the 3D is so much better. So once you get over the initial hump, you're fine. It's not perfect, but it's better than before. So now we're gonna set up this amiibo. Like I said, I haven't used this yet, this particular game. And I have now to use the amiibo, you need to have the 1.5 system update for this one, and that's available on the eShop right now, so you can go grab it. You don't need a Nintendo ID, just in case you're one of the ones who's missing a system. You're waiting on them to put your games back on like I am. So you still so I'm going to start over again so you can see it. Go to Games and More, you go to Amiibo, which is right there. You can train Amiibo to be on your own figure player, blah, 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 blah. We're going to go there. It's going to ask us to scan the Amiibo, and that's where the touchpad is. L, R, and X to delete the progress, just in case you want to make your Amiibo fresh. I'm going to put this lovely Mario statue here. And it's red. And see, it's a Mario. Now it's going to ask me to initialize. So this way it knows who I am. I didn't make me yet. So I'm going to make a me real quick, and I'm going to come right back. Okay, as you can see, I made my me. Now we're going to register this little bad boy. As you can see, I am considered the owner of the Amiibo. Excuse me, now we're going to pick a nickname. Very creative. Let's see here. So we're going to type this up. What the hell? Because I could always change my nickname, I think. Damn it. I'm looking through the camera, so don't mind me. I call him what he used to be named, which is Jumpman. Which I think is kind of cute. See, I don't think anyone would figure that out. And now, we're going to put this bad boy on again so it can register it. Oh, it's cute. They have little Amiibo. And they tell me to remove it, which I did. And I can select the costume I'd want. It's cool they have the red, white, and blue one. Which I think is cool. I'll kind of, you know, not that one. That's a little too loud. Kind of same between this and this. Oh, what the hell about this one? So I don't think people are gonna have. And of course, I don't have any equipment yet, so I don't need to worry about that. I'm gonna start. And they want me to save my progress, which is that quick. So basically, the Amiibo acts as a memory card. Now we're going to train our Amiibo a little bit, so we're going to go to solo. Classic. Okay, maybe this wasn't it. Oh yeah, group, I'm sorry, group. I forget which one I have to go to. Oh, Smash. So I know you have to go to survival somehow. So, there we go. Gotcha. Alright, now we're going to register an Amiibo, which we do by pressing ZR. And we're going to put... No, so I didn't even touch it. I just literally hovered it over there. And we're going to... Now he's at level 1, so we're going to set to level 3. Because I don't have everybody unlocked yet. I'm going to set it to random. What the hell? We're going to go to time. We're going to go to a 5-minute time limit. And of course, we got random. One second, we're trying to figure this out. I'm doing this one-handed, don't mind me. Just randomly select the stage. And as you can see, my Amiibo is fighting for me, which is pretty cool. I want to stop the video here, and then I'm going to start it right back up when the fight is over. Well, we are back, and as you can see, I am the winner. That's right, let me turn the 3D down again. My Amiibo did the fighting for me. As you can see my name on there, Jumpman. And look at that. Went from level 1 to level 7 in just one fight. That's amazing. So which means you can probably level these up quick if you put them against higher level characters. So we're going to get out of here. Okay. I'm going to go to Smash. Do you want to tweak your Amiibo? Yes, you do. Because it just gained a level, so we want that to show. It says save and return FP to Amiibo. We're going to go start. And I'm going to... I'm over there. Oh shit. Forgot I can't move him. If you move, you can see. If you move him, you can see you actually can corrupt the amiibo, so you would have to do it again. So when they say do not move the figure, do not move the figure until it says save complete. Lesson learned, folks. And now one more thing I want to show for Smash before like I said, it's a new cart. Oh, shut up. I don't give a shit. I know how to run the 3DS. Now this is important. Watch this. Now, if you notice on a regular 3DS or 3DS XL, if you exit the game, it has to reboot the system. That's because it's using so much of the system's resources that it literally has to shut everything else off that isn't related to Smash Brothers to run the game. So no Internet Explorer, no Miiverse, no nothing. But because of the higher CPU on this new 3DS, I can just press X, A, closing software, and look at that. Didn't need to reboot the system, nothing. It's back where we started at. And that's the Amiibo functionality and the Smash functionality. Now later on I'm going to show you the CirclePad Pro games. Okay, it is the next day. It is the 14th of February. I just got everything transferred over since I had a system missing. I had to do a transfer from Nintendo themselves. I had to call them up. I had to give them both serials. I had to wait about a day. They told me I had to relink. I got a message from them telling me that I need to relink my Club Nintendo ID and my Nintendo Network ID, so this way they know that it was me. As soon as they did that, it took a while for the eShop to load, about a couple minutes. But when I did, I found out, you can see it by the number 51, all my software was on here. So, let's see here, so you can see all my stuff. I'm going to go to next. I'm trying to find the one that's going to take the most time. Or should take the most time. Try to make sure my ambassador games are on here too. My Four Swords is on here. It says 51, but everything's not on here. So I gotta call them up later and make sure. But you go to menu. I'm sure I could download right now and it shouldn't matter. Settings, other. Re-downloadable software. Because it had everything else I bought except for my ambassador games, which I have to call them up about a month. I call them up as soon as I get done. But for now, I'm going to try to download a game, which is Mighty Switch Force. And you're going to see another added feature of this new 3DS. Blocks required 1802, which would be a big download. It should usually go very slow on the older unit, but on this one it shouldn't go that far at all. As you can see, let me turn down the 3D. As you can see, it's starting to fill up already, which before it wouldn't. It would take a while to get to even this point. You'll more notice the increase with smaller software like your Virtual Console games. Should have enough time to film this. I think it's cutesy, though, that for the opening weekend for Majora's Mask, they're playing the Song of Storms. Though that's always a nice touch. I should have timed this damn thing, but I didn't. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still slow as far as, you know, what should be. Like, I can download from iOS a lot faster with my iPad, but for the 3DS, this is a humongous pickup in speed. You figure 200 blocks is around, about 200 megs for around 2,000 blocks. I think, I'm not sure. Don't quote me on it. See, it's almost done already. It's only been about, I'd say, 3-4 minutes. Usually a game like this would take about 5 or 6. But then again, the servers are probably busy this weekend. Everyone else trying to get theirs. You know, trying to download full games and everything. The servers are probably clogged. Still, it's not bad. Saying new software has been added.
Mighty Switch Force!
I'll just start it up. That was even faster, because it usually takes a couple seconds to load. Excuse me. That was more instantaneous.
Mighty Switch Force!
It's pretty cool. Alright, that's the eShop. That's the increased download speed. And I will show you the next feature. Okay, we are going to show you the Circle Pad Pro. Now, as you can see, we're playing Resident Evil Revelations, and I had a file started. I already highlighted options, so we're going to go to that, just to show you the controls. Now, Type D is only in a Circle Pad Pro. It's not any other. I'm going to press X so you can see the details. Now, walk and run is the left stick. Rotate is the right stick, which is actually the C stick. It works okay. Strafe is left to right on the original Circle Pad. Quick turn is down stick and B, and use herb is A. And of course you go to page 2, and you notice that the buttons were moved. To use your sub weapon, which is your knife, you press R instead. You press Y for reload, and then ready aim weapon is ZL, and you have to press the 2 Z buttons together to fire. It's a little awkward. I'm going to do the calibration so you can see it. real quick. And of course, obviously, this is only comes up, you know, when you're playing either a game that uses the C stick or, for Circle Pad Pro, and it moves pretty well. It doesn't move, it sounds like it's jerky, so I'm moving it with one hand, but the nub you get used to after a while. You can start to feel it move with you. I will say this nub you have to break in. Okay, now I'm gonna try to get to the game here so you can see it. Continue. I'm probably just gonna skip the cinema and get into the gameplay, which it's already loaded. Oh, now loading, excuse me. But you can see it loads faster. I'm just gonna skip the cinema so I can show you the gameplay at work. That's what you want to see. You don't want to see cinemas, you want to see gameplay. Oh shit. Okay, so you see I'm pressing the right stick, the C stick, which is the right stick in this game, and I'm pretty much able to move in all directions. I'm going to try this with one hand, so bear with me. Of course, you got your ZL and ZR buttons. Let's put the camera here real quick. I'm doing a video. What the hell does it look like I'm doing? It's a little unstable. There we go. So we're going to ready the weapon with the ZL button. We're going to fire with the ZR button. You have to hold down the ZL and then fire, much like you'd fire in the normal gameplay if you use the L and R buttons. So now that we've pretty much covered almost everything, there's one more thing I want to show you before we get to the final test. And that's the ability of the 3DS to do something in the web browser that, to my knowledge, wasn't done on the original. Because I got Real 3D. But why would I have that? Obviously, it's not going to show it, as like I'd like, but it's something. We're going to start it. And turn up the 3D slider because at least you can see it's double. And you can actually see 3D. I'll have a thing that says playing 3D video, which is pretty cool. Since there's a lot of 3D videos up on YouTube, a lot of people have put 3D games like the Virtual Boy, the Famicom 3D glasses, and the Sega Scope 3D from the Master System up as actual 3D videos, so you can watch them on your in 3D, which is pretty cool. You see the infrared light because it's low light. That's the super stable 3D. And to fix the 3D for certain videos, it supports either left and right, L and R, which it's up and down, reverse up and down, reverse left and right, and then the red and blue, which is pretty cool. It actually does everything. If you were to press this button, you'd see it's double. Press it again, it's in 3D. It's a pretty cool feature. I'm glad that they added it. And what's even better is you can go back to the home menu and to whatever you were playing before. And right quick. So now we're going to do one final test and then my thoughts. Now, one of the biggest places you're probably going to take your 3DS is right here. Bathroom. You're going to have a couple beers, Mexican food, long night, after the words in the morning. You're on the throne almost all day. So you need something to pass the time. And that's when you take your trusty 3DS into the bathroom. How does it hold up? Let's find out. So I'm going to open this up here. I'm not actually doing anything. I'm just sitting on top, but still, it's simulated. So we're going to just play a random game here. I'll just go with Majora's Mask. It's very comfortable, by the way. I'll turn the volume all the way up. Surprisingly, it's pretty comfortable. It's not overbearing. Very light. And if you need to pause it to grab the TP, you know, or brace yourself, you can. And obviously you're going to be holding with one hand if you do that, and it's not heavy. I mean, it's not like the original XL where it's a little heavy on the hand. You can actually hold this thing, do your business, and be done with it. Let's see a little more. And then you have to stop, say if it happens again. And then you go back to playing almost instantaneously. And when you need to take a dump, you know, or should I say wipe your ass, put this down. Fits surprisingly well on here. So I think it passes the bathroom test. So right now the question you're asking yourselves is the new 3DS worth it? I've had a week with it, a little over a week actually, as I had to prep for a test on Monday, which is actually, you know, later on, you know, Monday night. But so far I like it. I mean, it's a great investment. It's a great improvement. It improves on everything that the Nintendo 3DS had to offer. It's by far the best version of the system yet. It kind of sucks we didn't have a choice, but as somebody said, it's probably a marketing choice. So this way, when they release the new 3D, this over here is a smaller unit. The regular one that I have from Japan, they can tout it as being smaller, and Americans are obsessed, obviously, with smaller things right now. So you get the XL out of the way for the early adopters, and you bring the smaller one over, which is stupid because the XL usually sells more. But a couple caveats that I have an issue with. Sometimes the Super Stable 3D takes some time getting used to. You have to get accustomed to it. You know, sometimes when you move it in a certain weird angle, like if I'm laying down or whatever, you have to compensate for it. You know, like for example, there's sometimes in Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, I'm pretty far into the game. I'm at the Stone Tower, where I had to literally just, when I'm aiming, I had to move the system around and hopefully find a sweet spot. So it's still there, but the aggravation isn't as bad as it used to be. Now, the C-Stick does take some time getting used to. I'm not going to lie on that. It feels a little weird, you know, especially since I'm used to the IBM ThinkPads back in the day. So I'm having an easier time with it more than others, but certain games respond to it better, other games don't really. It's something that I wish they would have made a second stick. I mean, if you look at it, there's plenty of places they could have put the second stick. They could have put it on the bottom of the buttons rather than have a stupid nub. In Majora's Mask, it became a pain in the butt to control the camera with the right stick because I tried to get a good angle, and when I went too far down and I had to go up, when I had to, you know, go down or up, left or right, it's fine, but when you have to go up or down, it's really a pain in the ass. I had to literally take my finger and use my fingernail to drag it down for it to finally do something. But overall, you know, like I said, it's a pretty good system. It loads a lot faster. Certain games you notice it in, certain games you don't. You know, is it worth the investment? I mean, if you love the 3DS like I do, absolutely. if you have an old XL and are satisfied with it, I'd say wait to update it. Wait till it becomes more widely accepted. Wait till they get more in. Don't go killing yourself to get one. As of Monday night, which I'm doing this video, this final video, they're pretty much sold out everywhere. That's because of the port strike. So even the standard colors, like your black or red, even the red one's sold out with the uglier looking thing, because everyone wants to get their hands on it. So it's not worth paying more than retail for it right at this point. It was a steal for me because I was able to trade in my original 3DS to get it, so it only cost me $100. But it's for that price it's worth it. If you're gonna pay the full $200, it's not really worth it right now. Wait to see if they bring the smaller one down. It's not. It means a lot of the games that use the C stick, except for Smash, you can use the Circle Pad Pro. Like Majora's Mask, you can get that same thing, probably more responsive if you use the Circle Pad Pro. And I really haven't noticed any speed differences with Majora's Mask. Overall, I give the unit, a 7 out of 10. More or less because they've improved on a lot of stuff, but for what they added, which is the C stick, it's a little cumbersome. The LNR, the new LNRs, the ZR and ZL, it takes some time getting used to. So there is a learning curve involved. But, overall it's a good system. It has lots of potential. Believe me, I've played the smaller one, and the smaller one feels more comfortable in my hand this time around. Which is weird because I have big hands, and usually the XL's a better fit for me. So just keep that in mind when you go to get the new 3DS. Otherwise, that's basically my review. I hope, it's a little guerrilla style, but hopefully it's entertaining enough. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully it influenced you to get it or not to get it. Because it's my opinion. I like it. I'm glad with my purchase, but at the same time, other people, that are on the fence about it, maybe it swayed them a little bit, but maybe there's some people going that, they're happy with the way they are. And if you're happy, keep it. Don't rush out to get it. Because I know it's going to be in wide supply soon. As soon as they get more stuff over here, I'd say in the next few months at least. And you never know, people start putting prices on it, sales. Like Best Buy will probably start selling it cheaper, Target, somebody will do a price match. So just wait on that. If you can score for $175 or maybe at the $160, go for it. But if to pay the full $200, unless it's a Majora's Mask or a Monster Hunter system, just hold off on it. It's really not worth the $200 to me right now. It was worth the $100 I paid with the trade-in, and plus I'm a big fanatic of the 3DS. So that's my review. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope gave some insight at least into the unit and the whole process. All right, catch you later down the line.